The media likes to share with us that celebrities are just like us, and they will even use stage photos by PR teams to give this idea some weight. The reality is that celebrities are most definitely not like us. They're still humans, but their fame has allowed for a whole new level of privilege that many of them abuse on a regular basis. Welcome to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. I'm your host Johnny Rogers, and before we kick this video off, if you want to see more videos about what your favorite celebrities are up to lately, just tap that playlist in the corner of your screen. Also, if you don't want to miss another daily video from us, make sure you smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Now, without any further delay, let's get right into today's list of the top 10 celebrities who should be in prison. In at number 10, Chris Brown. Chris Brown was lucky that he built his following early on before engaging in his nefarious behavior. If he wasn't so talented, then his fans wouldn't be turning a blind eye every time that he does something messed up that this guy should be in jail for a long time by now. In 2009, he flipped out following an argument with his then girlfriend Rihanna and chose to physically assault her. The image of Rihanna's bruised face was plastered all over the internet, yet still, he did not go to jail. Then in 2013, he and his bodyguard were charged with felony assault for beating someone up, but when he showed up to court, their sentence was reduced to a misdemeanor. The only time that he's done is 36 hours in jail for beating another person up and his probation for beating up Rihanna. That by all accounts should have been a felony domestic violence conviction with real jail time behind it. Instead, he was only required to check in with his probation officer and serve 1,000 hours of community service, which is nothing for his crimes. In at number 9, Justin Bieber. Bieber has certainly matured since his early spats with the law, although that being said, we still think that he should be serving time in jail. On January 23, 2014, Justin Bieber was arrested by Miami Beach police for a DUI, resisting arrest, and drag racing. Thanks to a lenient plea agreement, he only had to take anger management classes and make a donation to charity. Later on in June of the same year, he broke the law again though. This time while in Canada, he was found guilty of assault and careless driving, but was only given a fine of $600 and the assault charge was just dismissed. I'm sorry, but if you find him guilty of assaulting someone, then you must have had some decent evidence that a punch was thrown. However, because he's Justin Bieber in his home country, they just did away with it. In at number 8, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn oddly laughing off the very serious crimes that she was faced with, claiming that it's what the media would love? Sure, but also if you kill someone with your car, then you can't blame the media for saying that you look guilty. While Jenner was driving, let's say, inattentively, she slammed into the back of a Lexus, sending the car into oncoming traffic. Within moments, a Hummer collided with the Lexus, killing the driver as a result. According to the district attorney's report, they could not prove that Jenner's conduct was unreasonable and therefore the case was just thrown out. The authorities then shifted the blame to the victim, Kim Howe, who obviously could not defend herself. They claimed that she had rear-ended another car first and that Caitlyn's collision was a result of Kim's poor driving. Yeah, that's a big no. However, Kim Howe's family ended up suing Caitlyn Jenner, claiming her negligence was to blame. But you be the judge. In number 7, Jay-Z. Sean Carter has never had a good relationship with law enforcement, and for a good reason. Being black in America certainly put him at a disadvantage growing up, which would fuel his rise to success in the entertainment world. In 2001, he saw just how powerful money and fame could truly be. While at an album release party, Jay-Z bumped into rival record executive Lance Rivera. The two ended up getting into a heated argument, with Carter accusing Rivera of bootlegging his Volume 3 Life and Times of S. Carter, then without warning, Jay-Z stabbed Rivera twice with a 5-inch blade. His punishment for this assault with a deadly weapon was a measly 3 years probation. He also allegedly paid Rivera $600,000 to either disappear at the time of the trial or testify in a way to help his case. Had he not been able to swing this bribe, Sean Carter would have faced up to 15 years in jail. In at number 6, Alec Baldwin. It is a well-known fact that actor Alec Baldwin has gotten into trouble several times after his interactions with the paparazzi. There's no doubt that these creepy photographers do invade the personal space of celebrities, but that being said, violence has never made them leave you alone. Baldwin has always been at the center of several cases where he was accused and literally photographed physically attacking photographers. The first accusation was in 1995 when he reportedly punched a paparazzi so hard that he broke the man's nose. However, in all of these incidents, Baldwin was never charged. Even when face to face with a judge after he was belligerent to police officers, the judge let him off with a slap on the wrist. No charges, not even a fine. Just Judge John Delury asking Baldwin to behave for 6 months despite his inability to even apologize for his own actions. In number 5, Mark Wahlberg. Back in 1988, when Mark Wahlberg was just Marky Mark, a fresh-faced 16-year-old punk, he spent 45 days in prison after violently attacking a Vietnamese man. When caught, he was charged with assault and attempted murder for 2 unrelated crimes that he committed on the very same day. In his path of destruction, he left one man knocked unconscious, while the Vietnamese man went blind in one eye after his attack. The jail time came when he pleaded guilty to assault and was convicted of 2 counts of assault and battery with a weapon. Plus, on top of all that, he was sentenced to 3 months in jail and, as I mentioned, only served 45 days. Now, clearly he wasn't using his celebrity status to get him out of jail time, but you gotta admit, justice was certainly not served that day. In at number 4, Khloe Kardashian. With her father being Robert Kardashian, the man who is quite the expert at helping people get away with a crime, it's no wonder that Khloe found a way to avoid a longer prison sentence. For those of you who don't know, Khloe's father served as O.J. Simpson's attorney during his 1995 murder trial. Fast forward to 2007, Khloe got arrested for driving while under the influence, and because of this she received a 30-day sentence. However, she never actually went to prison. In fact, she spent max 3 hours in police custody before being released. The reason for her release was due to many factors. According to authorities, the prison was too overcrowded for her, and they also received multiple bomb threats after arresting her. They put her in solitary confinement, and the warden came in to actually say that they knew that she was the cause of all the problems. So as a result of not wanting to deal with this famous person, they just let her go. Just let her go. In at number 3, Jussie Smollett. The former star of Empire, Jussie Smollett, got himself into some real trouble with Chicago PD after he faked a racial attack on himself. At midnight on January 29th of 2019, Smollett said that he was attacked on a Chicago street in the middle of a polar vortex outside of his hotel. According to the reports, he told the police that 2 white men in ski masks yelled racist and homophobic slurs at him as they tied a rope around his neck, poured bleach on him, and yelled, "This is MAGA country." Now, these are serious allegations, and the entire internet was furious, with many calling it a modern-day lynching. Later on, investigators found 2 potential suspects who actually turned out to be brothers. Although the brothers were initially suspects, they told investigators that Mr. Smollett had coordinated a fake attack and paid them to participate in it. A far stretch from the 2 white MAGA hat wearing men that Jussie described. Although even though he filed a false police report and then lied under oath, Jussie skated by without any criminal charges. This is still like a developing case. I don't even think that they've even come to a decision on this yet, but we're assuming the Chicago PD isn't going to let him get away with this. Jussie was recently indicted on 6 new charges which allege that the actor planned and participated in the staging of a hate crime against himself. Figure that one out. In number 2, Kevin Spacey. There's no doubt that his Me Too allegations have successfully shut down this actor's career. No doubt. Spanning from multiple allegations in the US and the UK, Spacey still has managed to avoid any jail time whatsoever. Spacey was charged with indecent assault and battery in connection with an incident that took place with a young man in a Nantucket bar. The young man accused him of groping him, and as a result, Kevin was looking at facing up to 5 years in prison. The biggest piece of evidence in this case was the man's cell phone that had vital text messages that he says he sent to his girlfriend about meeting Kevin Spacey. However, thanks to the missing evidence, Kevin's defense team could now claim that the accuser was guilty as well and didn't want that to come up in court. So the whole thing just got dropped. Just like that. Just gone away. Last but certainly not least, at our number 1 spot, Sean Combs. In 1999, a shooting took place inside of a nightclub where Puff Daddy, Jennifer Lopez, and Shine had been partying. The incident led to a 10-year prison sentence for Diddy's then protege. However, Sean seemed to escape this whole situation with 0 repercussions. One of the victims that evening was Natanya Rubin, who was shot in the face. It all started when Sean bumped into someone and spilt his drink. After a heated exchange, P. Diddy's friend Jamal Barrow took out his semi-automatic handgun and opened fire at the man. At the same time, eyewitness accounts said that Sean also had taken out and fired a gun, which led to him being accused of gun possession and bribery with a possibility of 15 years in prison if convicted. Diddy was acquitted of all charges related to this case and settled with the 3 victims of the 1999 club shooting. According to reports, Rubin was paid $1.8 million after she survived being shot in her face. Why is P. Diddy still free? Huh? With that though, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Celebrities Who Hate Each Other. Cara Burnley says, I think you can match Kanye and Minaj with anyone. They seem to like to start drama. They probably don't even like each other. You are 100% right with this one. They probably do have beef with each other that we don't even know about. They're like, let's stop beefing with each other. Let's start beefing on other people. We'll be the beef queens. Sarah Stewart says, yes, J&J, the cutest non-related siblings ever. I love this. Thank you for your comments, Sarah. I'm happy that Joss and I could bring you some joy. Prep Forward says, top 10 celebrities who hate each other part 2. Why Portia hates Ellen. Trust me on this, I can see the future. Oh, I like this idea. We probably will find out why Portia hates Ellen at some point. It's gotta come out at some point. Certified Fangirl says, Johnny looks like a young version of Jake Gyllenhaal. Wow, now that is the best compliment I have ever received. You've seen people call me a lot of things on this channel, right? Chris, that's the best one. Like a young Jake Gyllenhaal. I I ain't even young. Heidi Lily says, probably not a good use of my time, but I love watching you guys when my son takes one of his rare naps. Aw, well Heidi, I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your time, but we want you to know that BTS will always be there for you when your son takes one of his naps. And that has been the top 10 celebrities who should be in prison. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to our editors for all of their hard work. If you enjoyed this video, please show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on today's list. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is tap that playlist when it pops up. From Top 10 Beyond the Screen, my name is Johnny Rogers, and until next time, you stay classy.